Krova, Krova. So we are familiar with them. They are, they have a big presence in the area.
And the other towing company we've used before?
Gosh and Sons is our current contracted towing company for our primary towing.
Okay. Well, I'm sure there's questions on this. Commissioners, anyone? Commissioner Dobb.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Can you explain why the provision for the liquidated damages has been removed from these contracts?
I'm unaware of that. Maybe Michelle can speak to that.
Our staff had asked a few questions that we really didn't get answers to, so we're going to be asking them now.
Good morning, everybody. Michelle Yancey, Department of Public Services Admin. Those were taken out due to the fact that these companies have proven to us that they have serviced us well, and we did not need those or that section of the contract to be in there.
It's very rare that that happens. Can I interject?
I feel a little uncomfortable removing these provisions. I mean, even if we don't need to use them, or if we've never used them in the past, I feel like it does protect the county and protects our taxpayers. Just because these companies have performed well in the past doesn't mean that things aren't going to happen in the future. I just really don't feel comfortable removing them.
Can I interject for a second? What's the disadvantage to the company of putting that clause in?
I can't answer that. I would need our corp counsel to respond to that.
Okay.
Because I'm not an attorney.
Through the chair, as indicated by Commissioner Dobb, this does provide an additional layer of protection for the county with regards to services under this specific contract. Without this provision, then that could potentially limit the damages that the county could receive based on some sort of failure to perform or something that could take place during the contract. So the disadvantages to the company is that they would be contractually agreeing to pay a specified amount based on certain factors if something didn't occur. So that would be their disadvantage, that they would actually be contractually agreeing to it up front versus the county having to potentially file a lawsuit to recoup some type of cost if something were to occur.
And how often have you seen something like this happen? I know it's rare, and I know you can't just give me a number, but like how rare is it?
It's very rare. I mean, has it happened with other types of contracts in the past? Yes, but again, it's very rare. I mean, this is a provision that's in our standard contract and it's in most contracts.
Okay, and it seems to be taken out of both of these contracts. Did you have another?
I'll just say that I don't support taking this provision out of both of these contracts. And that's all. Thank you, Madam Chair.
I have a couple questions. Oh, go ahead.
Chair, I think it's probably important to note that the contract was vetted, of course, by Corp Counsel and Risk Management, and they felt that it did meet the standards that they wanted to achieve out of the contract. Right.
Yeah, we figured that probably. Thank you. I have a couple other questions too. Our staff had asked about the okay, so there's two different contracts. J&T Towing have it for $200,000, but they have two subcontractors. The other company has it for $600,000, who we've been working with no subcontractors. They're doing it themselves. Why did we even feel the need to split this when we've been using the second company for all this time, and now we have subcontractors involved and that type of thing?
Two separate contracts previously.
And do you remember who they were with?
One previous to Gosh and Sons, It was Boulevard and Trumbull.
No, no, no.
Okay,
Current ones
But the
now.
current one is Gosh and Sons and oh,
that's okay. I'm putting you on the spot. We can find that out.
But but the separation are currently with the same vendor. So Gosh still has the same,
Amount.
well, not amount, but they are responsible for towing the same type of vehicles.
Okay,
The current vendor, I can't think of that vendor's name right now, but they are responsible for what J&T will be doing.
okay,
So it's always been split between two vendors to be responsible for the heavy equipment type trucks and then the less heavy equipment type trucks.
okay,
So it's always been split.
okay. So did the current other company that split with Gosh, did they bid on this?
I believe so, but they just did not win the bid.
They what?
Did not win the bid.
They didn't bid.
They bid, but they didn't receive the award.
They didn't win the bid.
Yes.
This company won the
Yeah.
bid. Okay, our staff also asked about the subcontractors, if there's ever been a problem with any of the subcontractors. There, I think one response came back and said, let me see what I wrote here. Subcontractors are Nationwide Recovery and Mayflower Towing. Our staff asked if there have ever been debarred, suspended, or declined ineligible. And only one of those was addressed. Do you know any problems with the subcontractors?
Not to our knowledge, and we asked procurement as well because they keep the records for those. And we did not receive any response stating that they have ever been debarred or anything from the county.
They haven't.
They have not.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why it's so hard for me to hear up here. Okay. All right. So they haven't. Okay. Yeah, I have a problem too with what Commissioner Daub is concerned about and our council is concerned about. I can make a motion as a chair. Is that correct? Or rather not?
Good, but that is not the preference.
Okay. All right. I'd entertain a motion to pass this for the day.
So moved.
Both of them, both 1 and 2.
support.
Thank you. And we'll try and work that out.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
before we vote on passing for the day, please. Thank you. You all do a great job answering the questions before you, but it's clear that Corp Counsel should be here to answer some of these tougher questions. It's no secret that the towing industry as it relates to governmental contracts has been in the news over the last few years. And to eliminate protections that the county has had in the past now just seems a bit peculiar. And those questions should be answered before we approve the contracts. Obviously, we need towing services, but we need to address those matters before we approve those. Thank you.
And with Commissioner Palomera, you guys do a great job. This is a Corp Counsel thing, so please don't take offense at this.
If we get Corp Counsel on Zoom to answer the additional questions, would that be okay?
No, let's just pass it for the day. It'll be on the next agenda.
Okay. thank you.
Okay? Thank you. Okay, we'll take all of these and do a motion at the end. All right, Madam Clerk, next item.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of a cooperative agreement with VersaLive Midwest LLC.
Okay, this is for uplifting of one crane, Act 51 monies. Anybody have questions on this? Okay, Madam Clerk, next item.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of amendment number 1 to a cooperative agreement with AAS Construction Equipment Corporation.
Okay, this is for a purchase of an emulsion tank for DPS. It's amendment number 1, using Act 51 monies with my deal. Questions on this one? Next item.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with with Baker and Associates.
All right, this is good news for Brownstown. This is replacement of a bridge. This is for the construction services. We're getting those bridges done. Any questions on that? All right, next item.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of a cooperative agreement with Garland DBS Inc.
This is to replace the Cedar Shake roof in the Parks Administration Building. Any questions? Next item.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of amendment number 3 to a sub-grant agreement with the Alliance of Rouge Communities.
Go ahead. Commissioner Baydoun.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to see if we can get a quick update regarding the Fishway project. It says this contract runs through September of 2023. Can you just give us a quick update as to what's going on? I mean, is this, I know we've been behind on this project and it's been a lot of work. I get a lot of heat from my walking buddies every time I walk by that trail.
Good morning.
Through the chair, good morning. I'm Noel Mullet with Wayne County Department of Public Services, Environmental Services Division. Yeah, the end date is mostly reflective of the ARC's support to the overall grant that the Fishway is a part of. We anticipate that, you know, the vast bulk of the repairs from last year's floods will occur this construction season. And then next year, it'll just be some additional vegetation maintenance. And then the final opening of the channel. We are actually having a site meeting tomorrow to really kick off those repairs. It's going to include an opening of a partial opening of the channel to begin to, you know, get flow in there. That'll help with the Phragmites control, that steady flow, but also allow for the restoration work to continue and the plants to fully establish. So through this ARC subgrant and through this overall grant, there's 2 additional projects that were completed. That includes the Rouge Expo, and then the Nankin Lake restoration is also part of this overall grant. And so ARC has been intimately involved in all 3 projects. And so the September contract end date is reflective of that more administrative support.
In terms of the flood damage that was caused last year, what would you say the percentage of the repairs that have been completed so far? Would you say 70%, 80% of the damage has been repaired?
Well, actually, no, we just, through this body, got the Z Contractors settlement agreement earlier this month.
Okay.
So we're really just jumping into that repair work. If you recall, you know, we had to go to EPA to get supplemental funding for the repair work. And so
this partial opening of the channel will take place this week?
No. It'll be later. It'll be actually, the goal is to accomplish it in July.
Okay.
So next month. And that's to essentially meet Eagle permit requirements on the overall project. The permit for that was, you know, the schedule for Fishway was expiring this year. So we want to, you know, meet some of the milestones required under that permit, which this opening should do.
Thank you.
Does Eagle regularly check in on all this, or do you just go at the very end of all this?
They have been monitoring the project, particularly when we've had.
So no surprises on their part? Okay.
Watching the project.
Okay, any other questions? All right, thank you.
You.
Okay, next item.
Next item, item number 8, requesting commission approval of a license and hold harmless agreement with Simple Adventures LLC.
Hey, great. This is great news. Alicia, that's you, right? I just have a couple questions.
Good morning, Alicia Bradford, Wayne County Parks Division Director. Good morning, Commissioner,
Morning.
to the board.
This is exciting. that we're
Oh,
gonna have-
indeed.
Yeah, so just tell us a little bit about it, and then I have a couple of questions.
So we used to have Havner canoes that operated canoes and kayaks from the Newburgh Point. And Simple Adventures was kind of like a subcontractor partner with Havner's, since they no longer are providing this service. Simple Adventures wanted to be able to provide this type of recreational service for us, especially since we do have some navigable areas along the lakes and to the river. So upon the approval, we're looking to do additional rentals at that site. We are currently under construction for Newburgh Point for our comfort station and our seawall. So this may not take place directly in the month of July and August. There may be some modification, but we would hope to have it approved to definitely have it in place for next spring and summer and to operate until we renew it for approval.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask, if this was going to go right into effect or, yeah, this will be great. Everybody will love this. So this is for kayak canoes, paddle boats at Hines Park at Newburgh. Any questions? Oh, Commissioner Dodd.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, so this won't be in operation until maybe next summer? Is that what you said?
Through the chair, Commissioner Dodd, we are anticipating hopefully that it will be in operation now, just based on the schedule of the seawall being repaired. And if it still provides them adequate access in order to, rent out their kayaks and canoes. We're still in a discussion of that. Our anticipation is that they will start sometime this summer, but it depends on the contractor schedule and if they'll have that work completed.
Okay, great.
The
And
seawalls was a new issue that we found out that came up before this process of us initiating this contract.
And also, is this going to coordinate at all with the kayak project that Friends of the Rouge is working on?
Friends of the Rouge, through the chair, are working on a kayak and canoe location at our Verneuil Dorsey Park. So that is just basically at your own use recreation. This is a rental recreation in which we have a number of individuals who come into the park system that would like to rent kayaks and canoes in order to enjoy that opportunity. But there also be still an opportunity for individuals that own their own kayaks to launch from our Lincoln Lake area once that restoration is completed, in which our colleague Noel was speaking of just a little moments ago.
Okay. Does this lake connect with the Rouge River? Could people go down?
Through the chair, the Newburgh Lake does not directly connect, but there are other access areas that they can get to the Rouge River from there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm just curious. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
And the prices seem fair. Now, somewhere like Phoenix Lake, are they going to be doing anything like that, or does that need a lot of work?
Through the chair, I'm not certain, since right now we're doing a Great Lakes restoration project that will be forthcoming. And so we're still in design phase, but looking at all of our projects that we're doing under the EPA grant and through the arc of putting in recreational amenities that we had spoke about last year when we brought the contract to the commission for approval. So we're looking at trying to maximize all of those efforts, but right now we're in the planning and design phase for Phoenix Mills. So there may be an opportunity to do something there at that location as well. I just cannot confirm that right now.
Okay, where exactly is that seawall on Newburgh Lake? Is that like across from the restaurant?
No, at Newburgh Point, the comfort station, it's right on the back, on the back of the building. So if you walk on the back of the building, that's the seawall where we do the actual launch there.
Oh, that's where it's going to be. Great. All right. Any other questions? Yes, go ahead.
I move to approve item 3 to 8.
Okay,
Madam Chair,
Madam-
could I make the motion so we don't have to do two votes?
yeah,
Through the chair, because we had a motion on the floor for items 1 and 2, and we didn't take a vote, if the maker in support for that motion can do the whole agenda. So
Okay.
we'll have the pass for the day for 1 and 2, and then approval for items 3 through 8. I believe it was Commissioner Dobb and Commissioner Baydun,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
yes. Is that all right? Okay.
Okay, I'd like to move to pass for the day items 1 and 2, and then move for approval items 2 through 8.
Support.
3 through 8.
3 through 8, sorry. I know my numbers.
Okay, we got support from Commissioner Baydun. Any discussion before we vote? All right, seeing no one. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Varga, Commissioner Palomero.
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydun,
Yes.
Vice Chair Daub,
Yes.
Chairman Recchi,
Yes.
motion carries.
Okay, so the agenda moves on except for 1 and 2, which we will pass for the day. Next item.
Have such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
None. Next item.
Item G, public comments,
Okay, do we have any emails?
no emails.
Okay, anyone from the public in the audience that would like to come and address the Committee on Public Services? All right. Anybody on Zoom? Phone that would like to address the Committee on Public Services? You have 2 minutes. Do you see anyone, Madam Clerk? Okay, one more time. Anyone from the public that would like to address public services? Okay, I see no hands. Next item.
Item H, adjournment.
All right, we an approval and a support to adjourn. All in favor, say